we're here today at the first Village of Addison Home Expo. Mayor Veenstra, looks like it's going to be a successful event. We're hoping.
We're certainly hoping. First time, you're never sure, but we've got a lot of good vendors from Addison here, and we're starting to see people coming in. So we're very optimistic that it's going to be a very positive event for the village and for our residents.
The price is right. There's no cost to come visit the Home Expo. You can get free advice, whether it's for home decorating or your kitchen or bathroom cabinets, ornamental iron. We have just about everything here. And what's even better is these are local businesses. So you're supporting your local businesses, and so many of them actually live in town.
They definitely do. And, we're still in the middle of winter, but we're not far away from cleanup, paint up, and fix-up time. And it's a great time to come out, get some ideas, and get some cards and say, hey, we'll be back and use your services and expertise to help fix our homes up.
Actually, Len's Ace Hardware is here today, and they'll be here next week, and they're giving out plants. So you can start thinking of spring with a little plant that you can put on your kitchen counter and see if that grows, and maybe you can plant it in spring.
Well, and also, if you're not able to make it out today, we have next Saturday, the 14th, Valentine's Day, to come out and make sure that you get all the hints and ideas and suggestions and are ready for spring.
That's what we're hoping. So remember, great place to buy that Valentine gift. Whether it's a kitchen counter, new kitchen cabinets, new carpeting.
You can give a plant away for Valentine's Day.
Put that instead of a bow. Okay, a free plant. I don't know that's going to work in my house. No. Okay. Well, if you haven't visited our Home Expo today, please come visit us on Saturday, February 14th, beginning at 10 a.m. from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. here at the Village Hall in the Rotunda. One of our exhibitors today is Barb Lazara. Barb is Inspired Windows, also does a show with us, Inspired Design.
Good morning.
Good morning. Glad to have you here today, Barb. This is refreshing because we're looking at spring and you're looking at window treatments today.
Yeah, the window. I brought just a small sample of what I had just to introduce to everybody some of the things that I do as a business here in Addison.
Barb also comes into your home and tells you what you can, I call repurpose. You can repurpose some things, move things around, and please come visit her here at the Home Expo show here at the Village of Addison. If you're not here today, you're going to want to come next weekend. Barb,
yes,
you got a lot of stuff out here.
Yeah, and like you said, I'm a shop-at-home business, so I come to your home and I help you with your design and what you have already. And we do try to repurpose and reinvent things. So, I'd love to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you here, and we hope people please do stop by and visit.
Thanks,
Barb.
Thank you.
Kim is here with Thomas Tile. Thomas Tile is a tradition here in Addison. I think everybody at one time has had something done in their home through Thomas Tile.
Absolutely. We've been here since 1967, family owned, and we've been enjoying the family atmosphere in Addison all the time. So,
family owned and family used here in Addison. But Thomas Tile does a little more than just tile. I mean, you do the hardwood floors now, you do the carpeting.
we do luxury vinyl tiles also. So in addition to the carpet and hardwood, and we service everything that we sell.
Including the cleaners for the hardwood floors and the sealers for the granite and whatnot. Correct?
Absolutely. We have everything that you need to clean and install all of your flooring needs.
Kim, give us the location of Thomas Tile and a phone number so they can call for your hours.
Sure. We're at 645 West Lake Street, and our phone number is 630-543-9694.
Now, if you haven't visited our Home Expo today, please try to visit Kim at Thomas Tile here, either at their location in Addison or here at the Home Expo next Saturday morning. February 14th, Valentine's Day. Great time to buy somebody something special, like a new countertop or a new bathroom or new kitchen.
Flooring, absolutely.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Our next stop is Kelly from Restore. Restore is on Rawling Road. It's very unique. Actually, it's affiliated with Habitat for Humanity.
Yes. So at Restore, we sell donated construction material to the general public at greatly reduced prices, and then all of our proceeds go back to the DuPage Habitat for Humanity mission to build affordable housing with families in need.
Which is, I mean, it's a great operation. It's a great not-for-profit organization. It benefits everybody. Me, who might need to get rid of an old cabinet, and somebody who really might need that one little cabinet that I no longer need. So it's repurposing a lot of very usable items, correct?
Yeah. So you'll find things like appliances, flooring, lighting, tools, unupholstered furniture, windows, doors, things like that. And yep, we're always looking for donations. People can either drop off donations whenever we're open, and we also do free pickup for larger items.
Do you want to give us Restore's location on Rawling Road, the address, and the phone number?
So it's 869 South Rowling Road, and then the number is 630-517-2080.
It really is a very... You feel good when you go in there because you're not only donating to something nice, and you're also buying and paying for something that's going to a good cause. So it is a very unique operation, and if you haven't visited Restore, please try to visit them on Rawling Road and say hello to Kelly, and come by and see her next Saturday if you're not here today. So thank you very much, Kelly.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity.
We're here with Danielle from Sproveries. Sproveries is another Addison business, as they all are today, and Sproveri specializes in countertops of all kinds.
Of all kinds, yeah. We fabricate for residential and commercial projects. We do natural stone, engineered quartz, solid surface materials. Any stone you could think of, we fabricate it.
I never heard of engineered quartz. This piece that I'm holding is engineered quartz.
That's engineered quartz, and actually harder than a granite and a marble. It's great for your kitchens, for bathrooms. You don't have to seal it. On a Mohs level of hardness, it's an 8, while a diamond's a 10, so it's very popular right now.
And you also have a display of the different type of edgings that you have.
Our edge profiles.
And these are kind of the common ones. You have additional ones in case someone really wants to get into something very different.
We do have additional ones, very fancy ones. If someone wants fancy, our eased and our bevel are the more standard edges for no additional charge.
And you customize everything for the purchaser.
Everything's custom, yes.
Give us your location and a phone number where people can contact you.
We're located at 55 Laura Drive in Addison, and our phone number is 630-543-3400.
Danielle, thank you very much, and thanks, Sproveri, for being here today. And again, as I keep saying, if you're not here today, you're missing a really fun event. So come next Saturday on Valentine's Day, because there's nothing better than a new countertop for the kitchen for your wife.
Was it Happy Life, Happy Wife? Happy Wife, Happy Life?
Happy wife, happy life, yes. But thank you very much for being here. Our next stop is Cabinet Design and Sales, and joining us is John and Juan. John, you're on Addison Road, 145 South Addison Road.
Yes.
So we kind of see you all the time when we're driving up and down Addison Road.
Oh, yeah.
Should stop in sometime.
Oh, yeah, definitely stop in. We do free measure. We could come out to your home and measure for free, but we have a lot of sales going on right now. A lot of promotions on Miralac cabinets, craft-made cabinets, and also Waypoint cabinets. And, yeah, it's some really good deals on cabinets right now. Yep.
And you can customize, like, you have that odd-shaped corner that might be a half inch too long or too short for the standard cabinet, so you can customize those?
Yes, we can. Yep, we could work with these are all semi-custom to custom lines, so we could make those modifications as needed to fit your needs.
And not only for the kitchen, the bath. I've actually seen where you've done a den, cabinetry for a computer room den.
Oh yes, entertainment centers, dens, offices, bathroom vanities, toilets, toppers on top of toilets, everything. Yep.
Stop in and visit Cabinet Design and Sales at 145 South Addison Road. John, what's the phone number so they can call for your hours?
630-993-3700.
Again, an Addison-owned and operated business. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
And if you haven't visited them today, as I keep saying, come see them for Valentine's Day. Nothing like a new kitchen. I'm here with Mike from European Iron. European Iron has been around for a very long time, Mike.
Yeah, I've been around for 30 years. I've been in Addison, Illinois for the last 9 years. Prior to that, I was in Franklin Park, and we pretty much a custom shop in ornamental ironwork for interior. We do railings, walk gate, and driveway gates. Pretty much everything we do, it's custom, and it could be done to anybody in reference of homeowners, builders, architect, whatever, wants to get the right job done.
And it's custom, so it's unique to you and your home.
Yes, it is. It makes it very elegant when you do provide the right things in a home, especially on an entryway to the stairs, or it could be, as I said before, for the exterior, but when you build a house and you have this grand stairway, that's the first thing you see, and there will be the right fit to do it, to make your house look very beautiful.
And I have to say one other thing, Mike also does great repairs when that wrought iron railing gets damaged for some strange reason or another. He comes in, repairs it, and you never even know it was damaged. So I personally appreciate that.
All right, appreciate it for that. Thank you very much for all the input, and I'm here to serve whatever wants to call me.
Now, Mike, give us the address of European Iron and your phone number.
Okay, we are located at 1786 West Armitage. It's right off of Rowling Road and Armitage, just south of Fullerton. I'm right on the corner. Telephone number 630-705-9300, and you can look us online at eoiw.com.
It's really a great place to visit. So again, thank you, Mike, for being here today. And if you haven't visited today, come in and visit next Saturday. Mike will be here.
And we also have a showroom for anybody to walk in and browse around. You know, don't have to be just that you need to buy something.
You know, and it's unique because when you visit a showroom, you kind of get an idea of what you really want.
Yes, it is. We have, showroom for people to come in, feel and touch what they're getting prior to they buy anything.
Well, again, thank you very much for being here today. European Ornamental Iron.
All right, thanks.
Ace is the place, and Lee and Deb are here at our Home Expo to show you just a few things that really want to think spring.
Yeah, we have a fine selection of stuff for this spring, a whole new line of glazed pots. Henry Studio is a company that does fountains. We've got a whole new line of fountains in this year, so it's our second year with our garden center, so we've got some new plant material coming, and we're very excited.
And last year, it was great to have it open, and it was kind of really fun to walk around and through it, and this year you're going to even have more.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to be pushing more edibles and like self-sustaining in your yard, so we'll have lots of berry plants and things like that, so we're excited about pushing, a homegrown product, and we've got some new fertilizers in that are organic, so it's a nice new transition.
But Ace is the place that we always visit. If you don't know how to fix or repair something, you got a guy.
Yes, we have many services that Lens offers. Lens Ace will do screening, glass repair. We do engine repair on lawnmowers and snow blowers. Obviously, this time of year, we've gone through several hundred snow blowers, it seems like. Salt, we have all different kinds of provisions for many different things. Any disaster in line, we've got it handled.
Well, Ace is definitely the place, and please visit Len's Ace Hardware right at the corner of Addison Road and Lake Street. It's been there for a number of generations, and we hope to have it there for many, many more generations. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Deb. And come visit Len's Ace Hardware here at the Home Expo at the Village Hall.
Hi, this is Bob Glassberg with Creative Mirror and Shower. We're at 2141 West Addison Road, right here in Addison. We feature mirrors, shower doors, sliding doors, room dividers, and they are all quality. We have palladium back mirrors. Unlike the copper back, they don't deteriorate. We also sell shower bases in 16 different colors, and we make them custom so you can leave your drain where it's at. We offer free in-home estimates. So if you have a project you're starting on, we offer free advice. And our advice on showers is to build them correctly. And if you come into our showroom, you can see examples of that, or call 1-800-SHOWERS and we'll set up a free in-home estimate for you. We hand make that right in our right in our warehouse. These are all handmade. And we also offer the chisel with the sandblasting, like you see over here. And it gives a unique effect. Looks beautiful over a vanity. Goes great in any room in the house. And we have hundreds and hundreds of mirrors in our showroom that you can pick up and take home. So if you're shopping for a mirror, 2141 West Army Trail Road, and we are open 7 days a week.
A picture-perfect lawn may look harmless, but its effects can be a real horror show. Rain washes fertilizer, bug and weed killers off your lawn, down ditches and drains, and into our rivers, where they can be toxic to wildlife and pollute our water. So cut back on lawn chemicals. Mow higher, leave the clippings, and enjoy a beautiful, healthy, safer lawn.
Dear Mom, I don't know how to start saying something like this. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have gone to the party. I've entered a world I don't want to be a part of. I'm in hell, Mom. A nightmare, and I need you to help me. I'm so afraid it's too late. Everything spiraled out of control. I want to be your little girl again. I love you, Mom, and I don't know where to turn.
Dear baby girl, I wish I could have helped you. You would have never done anything, ever, for me to hate you. I just wish I could hold you in my arms and tell you it's all going to be okay, that we can just go back to the way it was. I love you, and I'd do anything to hold you in my arms one more time. Love, your Mom.
Augie. We're here at Technology Center of DuPage. Come inside with me and we'll take a look at Future Ready at TCD.
The program is Office Systems Technology and Data Entry. The students receive a wide range of experience in both areas. Our data entry allows the students to progress in their numeric and alphanumeric data and then use that skill in real-world work simulations. The students participate then in a firm for insurance, for retail, for hotel, and for the hospital. As far as our OST students, they also experience a wide range of activities working with the Microsoft Office suite. Students are working at their own pace in all levels of Microsoft Word, and the version that we're using is 2010 for all Microsoft software. So we're using Word. The students are working with Excel, PowerPoint, and Access.
Okay, how big are your typical classes in this program?
One of the advantages of coming to TCD is the fact that the students do receive quite a bit of individualized attention. The largest class size is anywhere from 18 to 20, so that allows me an opportunity to get around to each student and help them progress at the level that they are at.
Okay. Well, kids spend a lot of time on computers in general today. So what kinds of skills are they getting out of this class that they might not ordinarily get?
Well, I think one of the advantages is that students are using their interpersonal skills to develop working relationships as team members. In addition to that, the students are learning to coordinate travel and meeting arrangements. They're working with, of course, our society is so culturally diverse that they are learning to work with different cultures and customs.
Okay. And are there any opportunities for them to earn college credit in this?
Yes, we do. Dual credit upon successful completion. Students may receive dual credit from College of DuPage in Introduction to Keyboarding, as well as Introduction to Microsoft Word. One of the things is that even though our job titles and functions in our office environment varies from company to company, most organizations rely on common office tasks and basic office procedures to keep operations running smoothly. The courses here address those skills, strategies, and techniques needed to perform the common office procedures employed in any business. And again, the term secretary is no longer used. It's now either an office professional or administrative assistant, which encompasses a wide variety of duties and responsibilities.
I'm with Britta Rashevitz in the Office Systems Technology Department of TCD, and Britta is a Nequa Valley student. Tell me about your experience here at TCD. Is this your first or second year?
This is my second year.
Okay, and how did you choose this area?
Well, I was doing a different program at first, but it didn't really fit me well, and I love this program. I'm really good at computers and putting information in.
Okay, so what kinds of things did you learn in your first year that maybe you wouldn't have gotten out of your high school program?
I learned a lot of things to put into like Microsoft Word, different shortcuts, and like I definitely improved my typing skills.
Mm-hmm. And then what are you learning this year? We're only a little bit into your second year, but how is the program different this year?
I'm working on PowerPoint and a little bit of Excel. I haven't started it yet.
What drew you to the program?
Well, my mom works in like an office area, so she said that it would be good for me to learn like Excel and Word and PowerPoint for different jobs because it allows you to advance further.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps you with your career.
Students spend a lot of time on the computer regardless of where they're going to school. Mm-hmm. But what are you getting out of this program that you don't think you would have gotten out of your normal high school classes?
My normal high school doesn't really have computer classes that we take. So what I get out of this is just better use of all the programs, and I learn like different shortcuts and better ways to use my time more efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And has this helped you in the other classes that you're taking then?
Yeah, because I can type faster, so that's like a plus. And then I also know things that I can do on Word that others like don't know, so it's better.
For more information about Technology Center of DuPage and the various programs offered here, contact your local high school guidance office or visit tcdupage.org. Lori Krogge. We're here at Technology Center of DuPage. Come inside with me and we'll take a look at Future Ready at TCD. I'm here with John Beckman and Greg Leston, instructors in the fire science and EMT area of TCD. Both of you, tell me a little bit about your background prior to coming as instructors to TCD.
Well, I've been here about 7 years, I think. I lose track after a while. And been a firefighter paramedic with the Addison Fire Department. And we actually have on-the-job training, so that's why it makes it really good for us to be here.
Okay, and how about you, Greg?
I've been here 5 years, and prior to working here, I worked 28 years at Addison Fire Department as a firefighter paramedic.
Okay.
So John and I work together.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is obviously meant to be a 2-year program. Tell me a little bit about how the program starts when someone comes in as a junior. What are they covering their first year?
All right, when they come in with a junior, we go ahead and get them started with first responder first. That is what the first responder is a step below EMT, which what Greg teaches. And what that does is prepares them for EMT so they can do a lot better. And then what we do is a second semester that first year, we go ahead and go over fire science and then hazardous materials. Mm-hmm. So that's the first thing they do as a junior.
Okay, and is this primarily classroom starting out, or is it a little bit of both, classroom and hands-on?
We have both, classroom and hands-on. So both of it's classrooms and hands-on, and we try to give them as much hands-on as possible because then their skill level is a lot better when they get to EMT, and then Greg will go ahead and tone those up a lot more where they're able to go ahead and get into the EMT part of it.
Okay, and then Greg, tell me about the skills that they gain in that second year.
Second year students take one class. It's the emergency medical technician class. It's a 10 college credit hour class. It's fairly rigorous. There's ACT minimums. If they pass the EMR class with 80%, that fills their prerequisites. Otherwise, they have the reading and writing prerequisites. So it's the actual college class. They're getting College of DuPage credit for the 2 years that they're here. If students complete both years in the program, they actually get 22 hours of college credit, which is a third of their way to an associate's degree in fire science. A majority of our students go on to COD or other local colleges or four-year institutions to get degrees in paramedicine, medicine, nursing, or fire science management. So it's a great start. We, like first-year program that John teaches, do a lot of hands-on. It's almost a 50-50 split. A lot of textbook learning and material because at the end of their first year, they will challenge a national licensing exam to get their national license as an EMT, which is their passport to paramedic school and further training in the career path.
And is that the kind of schooling that is necessary or just recommended in order to become a firefighter? I mean, how far onto the required path are they when they get out of here?
Great question. And majority of DuPage County fire departments require you to have a paramedic license before you can even pick up an application to become a firefighter. There are some departments and some major metropolitan departments across the country that will hire you strictly as a firefighter and you don't need a paramedic license, but that's really rare. So it's almost a requirement to get an EMT license. And even to work on an engine as, a firefighter, you should have some basic medical training, and that would be EMT training or EMR training. So an EMT license is very lucrative to have for these students, especially at 18 years old. They're coming out way ahead of the curve of the average 18-year-old. They come out of here with a National Career Readiness Certificate, a portfolio with a resume, cover letter, personal statement ready for the interview panel, which they can use for college as well, and an EMT license along with a lot of other certifications they earn the first year. So they're well ahead of the curve of any 18-year-old that really wants to get in this career path. And several students, many of the students that are in this career path, some are exploring it, but most of them know they want to be in this career path. They have, parents and grandparents that have been in the career path for years, and they know they've known for a long time they want to pursue this career path. Some get through the 2-year program, say, no, it's not quite for me. I think I'd really rather go into nursing or medicine, which is awesome because they still had that EMT training, and they know this is what I don't want to do as a firefighter. So we consider it a win-win in any situation.
And that's a good question. Are there other areas that aren't necessarily obvious that you're studying fire science here, but maybe I don't want to be a firefighter? What other types of students do you see taking this program?
Well, you can have people that want to go in the medical field, so they want to be either a physician or a nurse, so they take EMT that will help them towards getting that degree and going to college for that. So it gives them hands-on in patient care. So they go ahead and do that. The other thing is FEMA, which is a government agency that goes to in different areas like the floods, like hurricanes and things like that. So they actually can get that kind of information from here too. And if they want to explore that, they can go ahead and do that also.
And what types of people do you bring into the classroom for the students to meet? Do they get to meet people from FEMA and that sort of thing? Or what other agencies do you try to expose them to?
We look at agencies like one is a coroner. You can go ahead and we bring them in. We also bring in the fire department themselves so they can actually see that. And then we also bring in Greg actually brings in a lot more people into EMT. Since we're the fire aspect of it, we just mainly go with the fire department and different areas like that. But Greg will bring in more that would maybe benefit the students that way their second year.
Yeah, we bring in second year students, they're seniors. They're more mature, they've had some training, and we do a lot of field trips. We go to a dispatch center, which is another career path. Emergency medical dispatcher is a career path, and we'll go to a large metropolitan dispatch center and see those people. We do cross-training with private ambulance companies, and the students actually get to do ride time on a private ambulance company in the city of Chicago. So they're actually going to get that experience. And they're, of course, to get their EMT license, they're required to do 2 8-hour shifts in an emergency room. We go above that in the experience and training and field trips. So we try to give them as many career paths, opportunities to explore as possible. To know what you want to do at 18 is quite remarkable to begin with. So just having these feelers out to know what you want to do or don't want to do is a great experience for the students. And when they're all said and done, they I've had the opportunity to earn 22 hours of college credit.
And they're getting the opportunity just far beyond those 2 or 3 hours a day. It sounds like you're giving them a lot beyond that.
Students, especially the second year students, spend a lot of extracurricular time in their squad studying, in study groups, in their clinicals. They put a lot of work into it, past what they're just here in the physical hours with us here in this building. Absolutely.
And we're about to see a little bit of a scenario or a demonstration by the students, but what kinds of literally hands-on demonstrations or life skills are they getting here in the classroom? What kinds of things are we going to be seeing?
We're going to be seeing that they're going to be able to do some assessments, make sure that they're able to go and package a patient the right way so they can get them to the hospital. And then what Greg really works on them with, which is great too, is working on a report to the hospital. So, because no hospital wants you to show up without giving them a report, because they like to know what's coming so they're prepared. So they go ahead and get all that information together. And they've been doing this now for like a month now. They've been working at it. Yeah, where they're really still green, but they're learning. And by the time they get out of this program, they'll be very well honed into what they have to do, which will help them tremendously.
And what are the career, not opportunities, but how much are communities looking for this? How competitive, I guess is the word I'm looking for, is this field?
I know a couple large private ambulance companies that said they will hire every student out of this class at 18 years old with an EMT license. They'll take them. We offer students the opportunity for scholarships to Loyola's paramedic program. The students are well ahead of the curve. In terms of some of their training, which is kind of what you're going to see today in kind of preparation for the scenario, is the students have literally had about a month of instruction out of the entire curriculum. I'm amazed at what they've picked up in just a month, but we work on communications, assessments, treatment, assessing a multiple incident scene and establishing command structure, calling in for resources, working in a team. Teamwork is huge. Communications is huge. There are just several parameters, not just treatment of transport, but there's a lot about working in a team and in management and managing yourself. It's a lot for the student to learn. But students that have been in this program are well received at College of DuPage, and many of the students are accepted into paramedic school, because paramedic school requires you to take a pre-entrance exam and an interview. Not everybody gets into paramedic school. So our job is to get them successful to get into that classroom.
Dispatch, Addison 12-1, assuming command. Assuming command. Dispatch, we have multiple patients. We're going to need 3 more ambulances.
I can't move.
So the next thing what happens is we arrive on the scene and we go ahead and establish command. Command is the person that's in charge of the scene and ordering more, requesting more ambulances, more help, and what they're doing right now is we have a word called triage. It's a French word that means sort, and what we do is we look for the ones that are most critical, we deal with them first, and then we go on down to the ones that are not as critical, and then the ones that are walking wounded, and then the ones that are DOA, that are deceased. So we look at prioritizing our patients first before we do anything. Once we go ahead and figure out which we have for priority, then we go ahead and transport that way.
Okay. Now, are these second-year students then?
They're second-year students. Yes, they're all second-year students. And yeah, they're all EMT.
Okay.
Addison Squad 3, got you now. Addison Medic 2 and 3, please report to command on your arrival.
What they're doing right now is starting up our Genesis unit, which is also the Jaws of Life. It's what we'll go ahead and what we need to do is remove the car away from the patient, not the patient out of the car. We need to remove the car away from the patient first, then we go ahead and get the patient out.
Okay.
So what they're going to do is pop a door, and once they pop the door, they're going to go ahead and move it out of the way so we're able to get to our patient. Because the first concern that we're concerned about is we're concerned about neck injury.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that they're fine.
Now, since students are trained as both firefighters and EMTs, is this typical where some of them are working on the actual extrication and then the others are the EMTs? Okay.
Yep. Yeah. It happens a lot because we're cross-trained. So one day you could be on the fire engine, so you'll be doing extrication, but you're also a paramedic, so you could be helping the paramedics. Because there's 2 paramedics on the ambulance, and then there's 3 firefighters on the engine. So, but since we're all cross-trained as firefighter paramedics, we could be doing everything.
Okay. Is that just typical here in Addison, or is that across the board? Any company that they would find a job at, they would have to know those skills?
You know what? It's mostly in DuPage County or in the Lake County, Cook County area, yes. And then when you go ahead and look at, and we can leave Chicago out of it. They're like their own little entity. There are firefighters there. But a lot of them are starting to be cross-trained on the engine as paramedics, and then they just have paramedics only. Okay. So Chicago's a little different entity, but in the suburbs, we go ahead and are cross-trained.
Okay.
There's only 1 or 2 fire departments in the area that aren't, that are just firefighters, and they contract out paramedics.
I see.
But they all do the exact same thing. So what they did is remove the car door. What they do is get the car door out of the way. So now they're able to go ahead and get in there and get their patient. What they're doing now on that Bonneville is they're making what we call a purchase point. It's a point to where the tool can get into the side and pop the door. So what they're doing is they're able to make a point where the tool can get in there and then open the door. And a lot of times, being students and stuff, they don't have their gear on, but what the firefighters from Addison have their gear on, and that's what we're all dressed as, because safety is the #1 priority.
Sure.
And as you notice over in the green car, they're getting the individual out of the car, but using a backboard, because again, we're always worried about neck injury.
Where do you get these things for your
The cars?
scenarios?
The cars come from West & Sons or Bloomingdale Towing. So what they do is we call them up ahead of time, request the cars. They have some junk cars that we're able to go ahead and use this like this for training and stuff. And they do it, we love those guys. They do such a great job. They help us out here. They help us out at the fire department. Those are our 2 main towing companies that we like to call because they're always there for us, which is really great. So you got command who is getting involved. He really shouldn't, but they're shorthanded, so that does happen sometimes. Person that's in command is the one that oversees everything and is supposed to be telling people where to go, what to do, and then they prioritize. Again, they designate another person to maybe be medical or be triage or be staging, which we call it, which means the other ambulances will be sitting in an area waiting to move up to take patients as they come out.
Okay.
Guys, before you can work your patient,
and as people seen on the news lately, there's been some bad accidents where this stuff does actually, everything does happen.
How much medical assistance are they typically going to be able to provide, as opposed to getting them to a hospital as quickly as possible?
We do. Since we're all paramedics, we do all ALS interventions, which are, we can start IVs, we put them on the backboard, the seat collar, we bandage everything that is bleeding, control any bleeding, give them oxygen, and then stabilize them that way. And then en route to the hospital, we will go ahead and do other things en route to the hospital depending on what they need. Now, any severe traumas go to a level 1 trauma center, which is Good Samaritan Hospital or Loyola.
Okay.
We make that decision as paramedics. We make that decision that they're going to go there. Level 2 trauma centers are designated to where they can get a surgeon in, or a trauma surgeon within a half hour to an hour. They can get them in roughly a half hour, and they're right around the corner basically, and that would be Glen Oaks, Elmhurst, or Alexian Brothers.
Okay.
So we make the decisions. The patients don't make the decision on that. We make the decisions where they go, especially when it's in trauma.
I'm with Eric Kramer and Russ Algrim, both from the Addison Fire Protection District, who has a really close working relationship here with TCD. Eric, tell me a little bit about your experience with TCD and how typical it is of some of the people at the Addison Fire Protection District.
Actually, I used to be an instructor here at TCD, and we've always asked the help from the fire district because it actually it adds a little bit more weight to the instructors here when they get to go through with some of the guys that are actually on the job, and they kind of interact with them, and it's more of a buy-in to the program when they see we actually do this stuff that we're actually talking about.
Right. So do you typically come in and lecture to the students, or are you involved in some of the more hands-on things that they're experiencing?
No, we're mainly on the hands-on kind of stuff. We do have some guys come back and teach and lecture for CPR and stuff like that, but mainly with the fire science kids, it's more hands-on in basically the stuff that you just saw.
And the partnerships that you have with TCD, we kind of understand what the students are getting out of it. I mean, like you said, they're meeting people who are in the career. But what do you think that the fire district in particular, or maybe some of the other companies around here, get out of the partnership?
Us on the fire district side, we think it's great because this is the starting point. You know, we all wish we had programs like this when we were in school, because this is a huge gateway into what we do, and it's an exposure well before they even get into this program or into the career. And even us, when we get here, we have fun with the kids. You know, this is a starting point. Sometimes it's pretty rare we get to get somebody to teach from this point on. You know, a lot of times when people get hired by us, they already have experience, and it's kind of nice to be a starting point for some of these kids. And you know, we all love it. You know, we come here and these kids look up to us, and the guys get out of it.
Mentors.
Absolutely, and you know, the best you can be is also teaching it. So you learn more by teaching as well.
And I think it was Greg who mentioned a lot of the kids that are going into fire science or EMT kind of have that family background. I think that's kind of very typical of firefighters. Is that the case with most of the students that you've dealt with, or are you providing another layer of mentorship?
It's absolutely another layer. Not everybody here is coming from the family side. You can tell on some of the kids, they know a lot of the stuff that we talk about already just from their parents, and some of these other kids, and they actually help them too. It's actually mentoring inside the program as well, just from that experience.
And Russ, you're involved here at TCD as well. Tell me a little bit about your experience with the program here. How long has it been going on?
I'm in charge of the Fire Explorer program. We have a Fire Explorer post 343 at Addison, and that's been in existence for about a year now. And a lot of the students who are here at TCD also belong to the program. It's not a TCD program. It's through the Scouting, Learning for Life program, and it gives them a practical experience of what it's like to be in the fire service. So we actually do most of the same drills that we do with the Explorer program are the same drills that we do with the firefighters themselves. And we actually have a program where they can ride along with the firemen, so they can sign up, come in and stay at the station, train with us, work with us, ride on the vehicles, work with our equipment as well.
Do you typically see explorers going into the TCD program, or the other way around, kids who are in TCD then joining your explorers?
The Explorer program starts at age 15 through 21, so they're generally in high school to start with. So most of them are in the TCD program, and they hear about the Explorer program because some of the other guys that they work with here at the school are people who are also in the program. So a lot of them come from TCD to us, but we have guys who are in TCD, we have people who are not in TCD, anywhere from the Addison area to West Chicago. There's a lot of students, a lot of interest in our program, but we work with TCD. We share some of the same equipment, some of the same drills that we work together with.
I'm with Demir Faheta, an alum from the Fire Science program at TCD. And Demir, your experience was a little unusual. Tell me a little bit about why you joined the Fire Science program at TCD. You said that you're not one of those people that necessarily wanted to be a firefighter by the time you were 5 years old.
Yeah. When I was younger, I never really had aspirations of being a firefighter, let alone a paramedic. And in 8th grade, we had career day, and I decided after about 5 minutes of presentation that I wanted to go in the field.
Wow.
So after that, we had a field trip to actually come to TCD, and I went to automotive, culinary, and fire science. Fire science was my last one, and after that, I just said I was going to join. And
what about it drew you? What did someone say something, or did you see something that you said that's for me?
They talked about just what firefighting was, helping people, obviously, but also just the knowledge that you would get from. They say firefighters are jack of all trades, master of none, and something about that, along with just being able to help people, just really interested me. And then the fact that I could do it in high school and get a head start was just amazing, and I just was driven for that.
And then after taking the program, you then decided not to be a firefighter after all. Tell me about your career path since then. When did you graduate?
I still want to volunteer as a firefighter, but initially I wanted to do firefighting as a career, and I joined the ambulance company a few months after I graduated high school because I had also gotten my national EMT license, and I took a couple classes at the College of DuPage and decided that from there I was going to go to paramedic school, but eventually I wanted to go to school to be a physician, and I actually applied for Loyola University for pre-med and paramedic at the same time, and I got my acceptance for paramedic school interview, which there's a long process along with that, and then I got accepted to Loyola at the same time, so I had to make a critical decision, and I decided ultimately I wanted to be a physician, so that's what I chose to do.
And what did you gain out of this program that you think is helping you in your college path? Because pre-med at Loyola, that's pretty impressive.
Definitely. TCD, fire science, and EMT especially was a catalyst for me even wanting to be a part of medicine. I never had any aspirations of joining the medical field in any way, even when I was younger. I never had a lab coat with a little stethoscope, but I had my clinical times at the hospital, and while I was working with patients at the ambulance company, it grew on me, and the fact that I could help somebody, and it wasn't necessarily even what I did, it was just the fact that I was there and I had a conversation with them, and I could connect with them.
That our part of our mission of the Addison Fire District is to invest in the future, because our firefighters will not live forever. So we have to train the younger generation, some of the traits that we know and how we do things and so on and so forth. And so it's important for us to be able to share that. That's why we developed our Fire Explorers program, much like the police have their Explorers program as well too. It's our way of giving back to the younger generation, trying to teach them a little bit of what we know. Teach them the values that we have. It's not all just the tools of the trade that we're teaching them. We're teaching them some core values about life.
For more information about Technology Center of DuPage and the various programs offered here, contact your local high school guidance office or visit tcdupage.org.
Some pretty good actors too.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, this is the kind of experience the kids can't get reading about it or in a classroom.
Right.
This is amazing.
Right.
And again, you can't ask for any more experience than this. And taking it here, I feel would give, this is my opinion.
Croggy. We're here at Technology Center of DuPage. Come inside with me and we'll take a look at Future Ready at TCD. I'm with Anna Gay, the parent of a former TCD student and current TCD student as well. Anna's going to tell us about her experience with the fire science program, correct?
Right.
Both your sons chose fire science. Your oldest is a graduate from the program. So let's start with him. Tell me about how he became interested in fire science.
Kevin grew up in the firehouse. My husband's a firefighter. His uncle was a battalion chief, and so he spent a lot of time at the firehouse and pretended play and all that. But then one day it stopped, and it was all about friends. Everything was about friends. So that was several years he wouldn't, we didn't care to go to any of the family events at the firehouse, anything like that. And then one day, sophomore year, he came home from school, Lyons Township. His counselor, Jane Bauer, suggested TCD. And so he went on the field trip with the school, and then we came to the open house, and we decided that senior year he'd be allowed to come, or he could take advantage of what they had here.
And how did he find it? Did he come home enthused about it?
Yes. Yes.
So tell me about his experience.
When he got here, about 3 days into the program, he came home and he just walked in the door and said, "Oh my goodness, Lieutenant Lesson was a flight medic with Loyola Lifestar, and he was telling us stories all day, and I want to be a paramedic. This is what I want to do." And the light bulb finally went off, and then he's been full force ever since.
So he spent a year in the program, and then what did he do?
He graduated from high school, went to College of DuPage, which has a stellar fire science program as well, and a brand new Homeland Security building that he's going to be taking full advantage of actually in January. But he was offered a place at Loyola to go to their paramedic school.
Wow.
So within a semester of graduating from TCD, he was accepted to paramedic school. So he had a jump start because you have to be an EMT to become a paramedic. And so not only did that give him the ability to get into paramedic school so fast, he also was able to get a job for a transport ambulance service. So he had a nice paying job through college.
Right. And so what's he doing now?
He is now a full-time firefighter with the Carroll Stream Fire Department, and he's only 21.
That's great. So how much of an impact do you think this program made on him?
The instructors are stellar, and I think there was a day he came home and he was talking to his father about what they were doing in school, which is neat to hear an adult conversation going on and just overhearing what they were talking about. And when he left the room, my husband turned to me and said, "They're teaching him something I'll never be able to teach him."
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, and that was great. It was great to hear.
So it had to have been a pretty easy decision now to send your younger son Michael here.
Yes.
Now, obviously, he made that decision on his own, but do you think Kevin influenced that?
Yeah, because now he's hearing his dad and brother talk, the lingo, talk the talk. For him, it's more career exploration, I think, at this point. But what a great way to do that, because first of all, it's no cost to us except for the fees.
Sure.
And you're not wasting, that time looking. He can tick something off his list if it's not something he wants to do. He's studying like you wouldn't believe. He's learning more time management, prioritizing. He's balancing a sport and all that, so knowing he has to do his flashcards to do his body parts or whatever, he's really focused on getting everything done by the end of the day.
For more information about Technology Center of DuPage and the various programs offered here, contact your local high school guidance office or visit tcdupage.org.